The following conversation is with a very talented entrepreneur, Mary. In this conversation, she shared about the beginnings of a career and how Mary mencemplungkan diri ke bidang bisnis bath bombs. In this conversation, she also shared how she balances work-life balances and shared about tips and ideas for future entrepreneurs and how they can further develop their skills as well as starting a new company. This is Mary on Gonna Talk.
Bath bombs, even kalau ngomongin Indonesia, siapa sih orang yang punya bathtub di rumah? Even myself don't have bathtub di rumah. Kita tuh suka bercanda kayak, kita tuh saking seringnya staycation, bikin konten, kita tahu
Ini mulai
17. So, even aku baru 24, cuma Maimia sendiri sebenarnya
I think people like it, so we'll see. Gimana caranya nih, Pak? Mary. Thanks for coming down. It's good to see you after almost a year.
5 months, 6 months.
Yeah. What's been going on since last time? So much you've been busy with
Miami.
Yeah. Actually, untuk yang teman-teman lagi dengerin, tell us a bit about yourself, Mary.
I'm Mary, dan buat teman-teman juga belum tahu, I'm growing a brand called Maimi. Kalau aku suka bilangnya Maimi itu simpelnya adalah teman mandi.
Nice.
So like it doesn't have to be like a brand focusing on body care and specializing on bath bomb. So we just want to be your teman mandi. And it's quite personal, and I think it's gonna relate to most younger generations, millennial and myself, Gen X, Gen Z. So Maimi is your bath companion. Sekarang kita focusing di bath experience. Jadi kita jual bath bombs, bubble bath. That's it.
Yeah.
So we're very niche. We're trying to be more specialized and focus on what we deliver. Dan kedepannya, hopefully Maimi bisa growing ya, becoming a much more closer friends. Gak cuman mandi pas you're in a holiday, when you have bathtub, tapi juga into your daily routine kayak gitu.
Why? Before we get into the products, lu umur berapa?
Just over 24.
24. You have your own ada company sendiri, and that's very sangat inspirational, right? I mean, 24. How did that happen? Mulai dari kapan and kenapa bath bomb yang emang marketnya
Yes.
very niche?
I think that's the question that everybody asks. Why bath bombs? Even kalau ngomongin Indonesia, siapa sih orang yang punya bathtub di rumah? Even myself don't have bathtub di rumah. Gitu. And I'm selling bath bombs. So sebenarnya kalau dari Maimi sendiri, it's quite unique, cause this is my first brand. Kayak SMA, 17 tahun, out of curiosity, dan juga mungkin kalau orang bilangnya gabut gitu ya, anak SMA just want uang jajan lebih. So I started making bath bombs, and then somehow the product sell well. Kayak
17, ini mulai
17. So even aku baru 24, cuma Maimia sendiri sebenarnya the idea itself it's already like 7 years.
lebih tua Maimi dibanding anak aku.
Yeah, Maimi is kayak, yeah, but I don't like to call it a brand. Kayak kalau if someone asking me kayak udah mulai Maimi dari kapan? It's 1 year, 1.5 years sekarang. Cuma kalau dagang bath bomb atau jualan, it's already back in high school.
Wow.
So jualan bath bombs, even Shopee nggak ada. Tokopedia is still starting. We sell Bukalapak.
Enggak.
It's so ancient.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah. So why bath bombs? Sebenarnya I like niche stuff. So I don't like to be generalist, something that everybody sells. So like everybody are making it, it's trendy, and now I want to make it. Sebenarnya nggak merasa soulnya di situ gitu. I think you can relate also because your products juga, I find it quite niche. Kayak ada jacuzzinya, or you added something yang orang lain nggak punya, orang lain nggak bisa tiru.
Yeah.
And then because you focus on that so much, no one can do it like you. Because you've been focusing on bath bombs. I've been focusing on bath bombs since 7 years ago. Kayak even kalau sekarang my team, kita tuh suka bercanda kayak kita tuh saking seringnya staycation bikin konten, kita tahu karakter busa bubble bath.
No way.
We can tell which one is our product cuman dengan lihat busanya. Kayak the creaminess, the particles, the color.
Jadi kayak bubble connoisseur.
Yeah, you can say it like that.
This is somewhat fine bubbles.
Bubble specialist.
Yeah. Wow, from the bubbles. Dari busanya, that's insane. Okay.
So yeah, sir. Yeah,
Jadi kayak bubble connoisseur.
yeah, you can say it like that. Kayak
This is somewhat fine bubbles.
we're bubble specialists
Yeah. Wow, from the bubbles.
from the
Dari
bubbles.
busanya, that's insane. Okay.
So yeah, 7 years been Miami,
Right. Okay.
been around
So why the name
Miami.
Miami?
Okay, I have to be honest. Sebenarnya I just like it. I just like the name kayak Miami. It sounds cute. Bahkan kan idenya Miami juga di SMA kan. So I don't try to make it philosophical di SMA. I don't know brand guidelines and stuff. Cuma kayak oh Miami, oh lucu. Okay, then we started use that. Tapi setelah after graduations and this brand focus on becoming a brand, bukan dagang lagi, and I found a partner. We stick with Miami. Sekarang company kita juga namanya PT Mari Sini Bermimpi, that disingkat ke Miami. Yeah.
Mary.
PT Mari.
Marinya kayak nama Mary.
No.
Mary sini bermimpi.
It's so like narcissistic for me.
Enggak ya?
Enggak.
Okay.
Mari Sini Bermimpi.
So, jadi nggak ada particular meaning or any just Miami. It doesn't have a nice ring to it. Just Miami, just like the name. Okay. Alright. Well, if that udah mulai dari 17, what's hard about? I guess it's fun umur 17 to start something, but what's as you udah banyak tim sekarang, udah jalan, what's the challenges that you first face? Yang kira-kira periode kapan gitu udah mulai bergerak kan, mulai pusing lah gitu.
Mungkin kalau timeline-nya itu kan 2017 Miami bikin jadi ide, and then it started as mungkin kayak dibilangnya dagang aja ya selama aku kuliah, and then kebetulan aku kuliahnya juga di jurusan bisnis entrepreneur. Terus kebetulan karena bisa dan I just want to graduate quickly and easily, jadi aku masukin Miami as part of my final defense. Kayak gitu. Terus that is in 2021. So, tapi setelah 2021, you know those, maybe you have experienced this way back when you were in the college, but tapi setelah lulus tuh kayak, aduh, mau kerja, mau bisnis, mau S2.
Yeah.
I think that is mungkin teman-teman yang dengar juga bakal relate, but I tried doing internship. I suck at it. I don't like working in an office. I don't like in my laptop.
Gimana?
Di Gojek.
Gojek.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great, tapi I don't think it's not for everyone kan.
Yeah.
Terus S2
Oh, Gojek juga udah ya. Lagi rame-ramenya tuh pas COVID namanya Gojek ya. Ya, ya.
Terus S2 itu I don't apply, tapi kayak cari-cari, kayaknya enggak dulu, harus kerja dulu and stuff. Cuma jadinya adalah bisnis. So, tapi di saat itu Maimi udah running. It's been going on for 4 years. Tapi I think 5-6 years. Tapi kayak dari dilema aku sebagai anak lulusan jurusan entrepreneur di SBM waktu itu, aku merasa ada gap abu-abu brand kecil sama brand gede.
Yeah.
Kayak what do they do? What did they do di baliknya itu ngapain sih? Kayak I'm just doing small business. Jadi nggak bisa gede kayak mungkin kayak sekarang tuh even I cannot reach this phase kalau dulu doing it the same. So I find a partner yang sekarang ganti dari dagang jadi building brand kayak gitu. So kalau ditanya apa yang bikin pusing, sebenarnya every phase memusingkan. Cuman I think one of the thing that consistently making me pusing then at the same time exciting is to introduce bath bombs to the market. It's not
pusing ya.
yeah.
Gak ada yang
Yeah.
Dari my favorite Pak Armannya BCA, I saw on the content was harus mau repot. Ini masih repot, masih pusing. Ya.
Itu yang dicari sih.
Yeah.
Tapi ya being a first mover isn't easy. Jadi kayak it's very niche.
Banyak yang nggak tahu bath bomb apa.
Even until now, not everyone, tapi it's much more better than 2017. Kayak kalau sekarang, I find it quite easy untuk lebih jelasin bath bombs, even ngejelasin varian-varian yang dipunya tanpa jelasin bath bombs tuh apa orang udah ngerti. Kalau dulu kayak, buset ngapain nih bayar 30.000 buat sekali mandi, di air hilang. Dulu harganya masih 30.000 juga.
So how do you come up with tadi you mentioned the types, wanginya, warnanya, dapat inspirasinya gimana? Misalnya kayak ini deep sleep ya.
This is deep sleep dan ini sleepy lavender. Ini juga yang aku suka building Maimi adalah we're very close with our customers. Jadi every products that we put out in the market is actually inspired by the customers. Jadi dulu kan Maimi is already becoming there's a certain community yang kita punya yang suka beli bath bombs waktu kita masih kecil. Dan mereka saat kita rebranding, they started to tell their stories pakai bath bombnya kita. This sleepy lavender is actually our first variant. This is inspired by a nurse during COVID.
A nurse during COVID.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so
what's the
funny.
story behind it? Sleepy lavender from nurse during COVID.
Yes. So she told me dia pakai bath bomb Maimi setiap hari karena waktu itu lagi COVID Delta. And then dia tuh masih new family. Jadi dia kepisah sama babynya, kepisah sama suaminya, karantina sendiri di hotel. Tiap malam dia pakai bath bomb biar dia tetap sane.
Asik banget karantina di hotel.
But imagine the pressure.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, we can do this. Karena one thing about bath bombs that I find very interesting for me, even if it's karena niche adalah people use bath bombs even though it's cute, it's full of colors. They use it mostly on negative during experiencing negative feeling. So like stress, depressed, lack of sleep, anxiety, those kind of things. Itu yang lebih sering orang pakai bath bombs. This is something new for me juga. Kayak, yeah,
and relax.
and relax just to have time for yourself.
Right.
Even there's some mom saying kayak she thank Maimi karena kalau ada Maimi dia jadi punya alasan buat mandi lebih lama. Cause mandi is the only self care yang dia bisa sendiri. Kayak no kid, no distraction,
Okay.
just being naked with yourself.
Yeah. So talking about naked, I'd like to hear about this story then. Naked in bubbles.
Naked in bubbles. It's a bold name, I guess.
Ya, ya. Ingat pas pertama kali ngeliat Valentine's last year.
We're making something gak sih?
Yeah.
Last
it was
year?
The
Bagi-bagi
orgasm.
bomb.
Yeah.
Orgasm bomb and naked in
And
bubbles.
naked in bubbles too, yeah. Yeah. Great timing, great name as well. For Valentine's. Bold name.
It's so hard for us to acquire BPOM actually for this. Kayak regulasinya tuh it's more tricky
Yeah.
because it's naked. Terus we have orgasm.
Yeah. Tricky kenapa?
I think it's the ethic of the name. Mungkin orang nggak mungkin dari pemerintahnya takut kalau naked and cenderungnya ke arah negatif. But we have to reassure kalau naked in bubbles doesn't mean anything negative.
Yeah.
It just means the bubbles is so much. It's gonna cover your body without clothes. Kayak you can be naked in bubbles.
Siapa yang mandi pakai baju juga?
Iya kan? Ya.
Apa? Jadi pakai baju. Okay.
This is iterations from this variant. So like we release this first bath bombs, then bubble bath. Karena excitingnya sekarang aku pegang brandnya, cuman aku dekat dengan product developmentnya. So I'm also in charge of the product development. Jadi main mau bikin apa, the formulations itu juga aku juga in charge. Ini adalah variasi kedua dari bath bombs. Jadi kalau di Maimi kita punya approach BML loop. If you know build, measure and learn.
Okay.
It's some kind of startup approach.
Okay.
Tapi kebetulan partnerku all engineering backgrounds.
Yeah.
So they don't believe in business as a gambling, business as a feeling approach.
Gut intuition.
Yeah,
kind of.
no. So very very meticulously di curate kayak iterasinya tuh kayak gimana, hipotesisnya kayak gimana. That's why.
Hypothesis.
Really? Yeah.
Such a science approach. Yeah.
This is something actually yang aku bawa nih cukup iterasinya nyambung. So this is the first time. This is the first one. Sebelum ini ada energizing watermelon. Kita put this to the market barengan, and then this perform better. So we have a conclusion kalau bath bomb ini sering dipakainya mandi di malam hari, dan wanginya itu suka yang calming instead of refreshing.
Yeah.
Then we make other variant as the iteration for bubble bath with the same scent untuk mereka mandi dan complement each other. Dan ternyata because this has been a best selling for 1 year, we make an iteration again with the hypothesis kalau orang mau lavender yang lebih rich dan mau tidur yang lebih nyenyak lagi.
Oh, yeah.
You can aim for this.
Gini ya. Okay.
Kayak gitu.
Kalau orang banyak yang suka malam, I was thinking a lot of people drink at night. Ada yang bikin mabok nggak? Whiskey.
Maybe aku take hangover and stuff.
Hangover, yeah.
Hangover bomb.
Hangover cure, yeah.
Jahe.
Jahe, okay. Jahe. I know you have a jahe tea, what? Ginger, belum ya?
Lemongrass. I have lemongrass.
Kalau soju bom ada nggak? Beda lagi. Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah.
Maybe wine bomb. You can be in a jacuzzi and have
Yeah.
wine.
Oh, actually talking about that, kepikiran di Korea ya, kalau nggak salah, aku lupa ya, Korea apa Jepang, ada permandian Jepang. Di
Oh,
Jepang
onsen.
onsen tapi public, tapi udah lebih kayak water park.
Oke.
Jadi dia ada, because you mentioned wine ya, ada kayak kolam-kolam,
Isi wine.
ada macam-macam. Jadi ada yang satu area wine. Kalau nggak salah pas ngeliat kontennya,
banget sih.
iya. Jadi kayak ada hiasan ruangannya kayak Eropa, Trevi Fountain kind of
Oke.
vibe. Yang tapi akhirnya it's like dark. Like kesannya kayak ini gitu. Tapi di kontennya sih bilang you can actually drink it. I was like, well, we're not gonna do that. Tapi
nice
it's a nice experience. Very nice. And jadi wangi wine gitu. Cerita with all the antioxidants
Aduh,
from wine.
enak sih.
You should definitely go
Yeah.
check it out. Terus ada satu lagi area coffee.
Coffee.
I went there, so I remember. Yeah. Ada coffee, satu wine.
Chocolate?
Gak ingat ada coklat, tapi
There should be.
I hope so, right?
What
Like
else?
milk chocolate.
Yeah, milk chocolate. We're like,
Yeah, people with milk shower, milk apa? Lather buat mandi. So that was that. Should definitely check it out. There was a whole other bunch of water park in there. Jadi keinget aja. I thought it was pretty bizarre. Yeah, pretty cool. Gede banget tempatnya untuk Jepang. Ini but it was like a public open water park.
di Tokyo. Bukan kayaknya ya. Mungkin something more.
Kayaknya bukan di Tokyo. Yeah, somewhere there. Somewhere there. I think it was Kyoto that time. Yeah, ke situ. Udah nggak di dekat city-nya lah.
Iya,
Tempatnya
maksudnya
gede,
terlalu-
ya. Gede banget, like indoor, obviously. And ada kayak, ingat buat terakhirnya, ya semacam jacuzzi, tapi onsennya di semi outdoor gitu. Dan itu musim dingin pas pergi. Terus kalau nggak salah kayak ada layar juga. Jadi kayak on a stage bisa bentuknya kayak tempat nonton bola gitu apa?
Like stairs.
Ya stairs gitu. Jadi orang multiple level bisa selonjoran sama teman-teman or family
my
di situ
God, so
sambil ngeliat the
fun.
views or ada like kalau nggak salah ada layar kalau nggak salah ya.
Itu kalau di sana hot atau cold?
Yang hot
It's hot.
karena
So it's-
musim dingin. But it's outdoor, yeah, that's why. Waternya was heated, onsennya outdoor. It was really good. Makanya masih ingat banget. I think that's a core memory. I think. So, ada yang masih keinget banget. That was definitely one. It was very good. Yeah, it was one hell of an experience.
I think that's what we're trying to portray in our albums as well. Kayak experience and
Yeah.
it's not your ordinary bath for sure. It's not some kind of like quick shower in the morning and stuff. Tapi lebih ke really present rest day on your holiday. It's something that we push out because we believe if you have tried the bath bombs with the hot water and the bubble bath, kayak you cannot bath without it again.
Yeah. So you got one yang buat relaxing, one yang sometimes yang refreshing,
Refreshing, romantic,
romantic.
something more intense.
Got
Yeah.
one for the kids as well, right?
Yeah,
They look really great. They look really cool.
they look fun.
Yeah, super. They look super fun. My kids saw it and they were like, I want to try. Akhirnya coba. That's
Suka
what
nggak?
my kids udah. Belum. Ada wife kids udah. I think they liked it. They loved it. They loved. Di sini kan, ya.
Di sini cobanya atau?
Iya, iya.
Oh,
Main bubblesnya. Terus kemarin Kerot, yang cowok ulang tahun, main jacuzzi, kayak lagi, so I think it likes it.
thanks.
Yeah.
It's more of special moments, I think, and that's what makes it interesting for me juga. Kayak to be there on their core memories, kayak ada maininya.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
fun.
had a lot of fun. Hari itu dia santai-santai terus minta mau, because it was his birthday, right? Mau temenin Dedi ke kantor, terus ikut. It was very cute. It was very cute as well. Ya, terus oke mau main di situ. Terus mau main ini lagi, dia bilang. So yeah, he definitely liked it. Now that I think about it, he definitely liked it. Yeah. So I think what other things you feel you haven't tried but you'd like to try?
Yeah.
What's the most outrageous next variation of a bath bomb that you think? I know we talked about a hangover.
Actually, it's not hangover, but we're making heartbreak bath bombs.
Heartbreak.
Heartbreak, because we were making Valentine's, and then the response was like, I don't want romantic bath bombs, I want heartbreak bath bombs, because Valentine's is only once a year.
Yeah.
Heartbreaks, everyone goes through heartbreaks.
Mungkin itu jadi satu-satunya bath bomb yang nggak perlu air. Bathtubnya diisi air mata.
It's already dry. Nanti di how to use nya, you just put in your tub and then you cry all night.
Ada yang request heartbreak.
Ada yang request.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of our approach as well. So,
That's super cool. I'd like to see that one.
yeah, hopefully.
Sorry to whoever has to use it.
Sorry, but I think you should have this. You know those cakes? It's becoming trendy now, kayak instead of people are actually giving you gift on your heartbreak nowadays. I don't know, for younger generations. Ya mungkin kalau udah tua masa sih?
Yeah.
Congratulations on your divorce. No, but like kayak if my friend having a heartbreak, dia kayak ngasih kue gitu kayak congratulations on your breakup. So that's the concept that we trying. Instead of aduh so sad, just like be in the present kayak
Right.
something that exciting sih, cause mungkin karena niche ya, jadi kita bisa lebih main-main dan aneh dan just make it weird, but also giving something exciting to the market.
Talking about heartbreaks, I know right now you're definitely not experiencing heartbreak. Your boyfriend just came along to drop you off. So, how long you guys been going out for?
I think this month exactly 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
This month was 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary
On Valentine's, close to Valentine's.
before
Yes,
Valentine's.
yeah, on Valentine's.
I think that's expected. That's expected.
Well, having a boyfriend and like company sendiri, you're very busy, obviously, and ada tim juga. How do you balance the work-life balance doing all this?
I think if I can look back, it sounds cliche, but like, you know, everyone is busy and everyone have their own agenda. But I find myself much more relaxed than when I'm doing work at the office. Dulu waktu intern. Jadi, actually mungkin persepsi teman-teman yang dengar gitu atau kayak even our surroundings kayak, oh you're building brand, oh you must be so busy, you're making your own company. Mungkin kayak kalau kita tuh busynya tuh di kepala. Ya sih, kayak we're too busy in our mind. Tapi sebenarnya kalau luckily I have a great team juga yang bisa I trust, so I can delegate more on a daily day-to-day task and like more on of evaluations aja gitu. So I don't think it's quite hard to balance time for me. Mungkin karena my boyfriend Panji juga cukup dekat. He also my partner di bisnis Maimi, so he handle all the advertising.
Advertising.
Ya, jadi kayak handle all the ads and business development-nya. So I don't think it's. Tapi tar dulu, nanti tipsnya malah combining work and relationship.
How do you work with your
Partner.
partner in both sense. Business
Yeah.
partner in a sense, and like personal significant other.
Yeah, you have to communicate it.
Yeah.
How about you? Have you ever mixed with Agnes?
At least for me personally ya. Jangan ngelihat terlalu dekat my Agnes misalnya jangan terlalu ngelihatnya dekat. Jadi malahan I can share to her
Oh.
from an objective point of view, perspektif yang belum kecampur dengan sudut pandang dia gitu.
Yes.
Jadi lebih kayak semacam mungkin let's say independent director lah fungsinya atau perannya. Jadi bisa lebih evaluasi secara
Objektif sih
karena nggak
ngelihat directly from day to day.
yes. Jadi penambahan perspektifnya malah dari situ for me.
Iya sih, that's something.
Karena kalau sehari-hari pusing bro.
Iya, tiap hari ada aja mungkin ada.
Iya,
insight.
And like maksudnya it's udah cukup umum lah, pasti ntar argue lah, pulang ngomong kerjaan lah. Because kalau sehari-hari, like I'm not saying ini, cuma kan maksudnya banyak temen yang begitu ya. Kalau orang bilang gak argue masalah kerjaan, ya nggak mungkin juga. Of course kalau kita ngomong kerjaan manajemen, kita cari tim atau partner yang juga bisa ada pushback, challenge ideas, because that's healthy. That's what you need to develop new things and grow. Kalau nggak ada, ya nggak bisa juga. Nah, tapi artinya nanti kalau kebawa pulang pusingnya di situ, right? Yeah. So I think it's a good balance sih. And lagian for the kids, I think it's great. Yeah, dia peran lebih di rumah with the kids and independent director, so to say.
That's nice. That's nice approach sih.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, it comes with the pro and cons.
Hmm.
But untungnya sih memang kalau Panji kan memang nggak day to day handling and watching me everything I do tuh nggak. So I think that's still on a healthy level of campur tangan gitu.
If I want to ask you this, right? If you're the founder
Mhm.
and he's in the marketing, the advertising,
Advertising.
does that mean he reports to you?
His team actually reports to me.
Oh, the team.
Yeah. His team report to me and my team.
Okay.
Untungnya ada tim.
I don't know. That team. Okay.
Tapi seru sih. I think more of a partner instead of like clients. Jadi kayak I think I have good respect juga. I think karena aku juga cukup specialist and dia juga specialist ke ads, so I trust ads more than him gitu. Jadi aku bukan yang you should do this and this instead, tapi kayak okay, let's go with that. Ads in Meta.
Oh yeah, they do that automatically.
Yeah.
It takes care of that, and the team reports to you. Do you ever find yourself, or if ever, or two, maybe malah terlalu sering more than you like, talking about work in a personal time? Does that happen?
That happens. Yeah. That happens quite some time. But
You set boundaries for these things, like no phones, no.
yes,
no work.
yes. We do have that, but I find it fun to discuss. And untungnya dia juga find it fun to discuss. Terus biasanya kita tuh took others examples instead ours. Lebih banyak kayak kayaknya brand ini tuh harusnya kayak gini kayaknya bisa gini harusnya kayak gini coba approach dia gini jadi I think that's more, it's fun, it's a fun topic.
That's definitely.
Tapi I don't know ya kalau misalnya nanti udah like on a serious level, more serious like marriage, do I want to work partneran banget?
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
itu nggak kebayang sampai nanti dicoba sih. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, could you know what happened?
How we met?
How did your partner now get involved with Miami, but now you go and then join or join and you fell in
Yeah.
love or
I think it was 1 year before this. 1 tahun sebelum ini, we just launch a bath bomb collaboration sama Humans, Orgasm Bomb. Terus dia datang as participants, just as a audience karena itu beli tiket kayak it's open for public. Tapi kebetulan Panji udah tahu aku karena I make content for fun dan sometimes mungkin relate ke dianya karena dia juga dulu lomba bisnis, aku lomba bisnis, aku into bisnis, dia juga into bisnis. Terus dia datang sama temennya, ada mutual, terus kenal deh di situ kayak hey and stuff, hey and stuff.
So cute.
Terus kayak oh ada nih orang, terus he actually DM me dan WhatsApp
slid to your DMs
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
So now it's 3 years ago.
Wow, okay.
Cuman back then I didn't know who he was. Bukan tipe yang balas suka ke strangers juga. Even though kayak polite message, tapi nggak kayak aduh kayak gak usah dibalas deh.
Kayaknya dia beli tiket buat sampai
Yeah, actually yes. Akhir-akhir akhir ini dia bilang,
Yeah,
oh iya, cuma mau ketemu gitu.
super cute.
But interesting juga karena kita have a lot in common, interestnya juga sama, terus kayak I think the background juga sama, so we decided to meet 3 days later di coffee shop, some kind of coffee shop.
First date.
I don't know if I'm gonna say that. Tapi I have challenge from my partner. Terus kayak kamu harus networking sama satu orang sebulan minimal 1. So okay, I'm just gonna network to this guy karena dia punya banyak experience di advertising dan dulu dia managing apa ya namanya tempat wisata di Garut. So that's interesting. So let's talk. Terus, wow, seru nih. It leads to something else. Tapi setelah beberapa bulan, and then Maini baru join karena dia baru pitching advertising ini baru.
That's such a cool love story, man. Beli tiket to meet you
And DM
and DM 2 years.
2 years.
He was waiting for ada tiket beli war dia sendiri war. Yeah, wow, okay. And then dari situ you guys work together. That's amazing.
I think he contributes a lot to Maini as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Kadang-kadang keluar juga when Miami post on my feed keluar, and then nyari keluar, dan lama ngeliat Panji. That's why ngeliat pas dia masakin for that couple,
Strangers.
the strangers, and then there was the other sport one. Sport. Was it a sport? I think it wasn't. It was some
There's Icho, by the way. There's Icho.
Icho.
There's Camel.
Camel. I haven't seen Camel for a while. Yeah, Icho. Icho kayaknya udah satu bangunan cuma nggak ketemu. Terakhir kesini
I think we
kan.
met not 6 months ago. We met before lagi syuting di sini kayak 2 bulan lalu.
Oh yeah, very brief
Yeah.
di lobby
Di
doang.
lobby kan?
Yeah, terus you guys naik. I was like, sorry, I got another meeting. Yeah, that's why I never have time to jump and use your bath bombs.
Yeah, every time I came by, I think you're always doing something.
Yeah, maksudnya kayak meeting ada.
Are you that hustler type?
Nah,
Are you that hustler type of person yang nggak bisa diem, yang you have to do something?
ya. Kalau ngeliat kalender kosong kayaknya nggak happy. harus keisi gitu baru kayak. I think it's both good and bad. I think.
Yeah. I think I don't mind people telling me I'm a hustler.
You feel the same way? Harus keisi kalender, harus penuh gitu.
Malah pusing kalau nggak ada ngapa-ngapain. Kadang kan kalau udah delegate tuh kan kayak ngapain ya? But that's when the idea maybe pop up. Maybe you have that karaoke idea when you
Itu dari director lain sih itu. Iya lebih banyak reflection, which makanya kesini berasa butuh reflection sih. So I think ya benar tadi mesti yang 3 itu ngelihat, reflect gimana, feedbacknya, rapiin, push lagi. That cycle.
build, measure, learn.
Build, measure, learn.
BML loop.
Ya. Awalnya enggak gitu, bahkan kayak nggak mau tahu aku bilang dari juga kesini kayak kenapa pulang capek plus stres gitu. Kenapa pulang capek plus stres gitu, like there's a bit different energy misalnya. Obviously some days are like that, some days happy aja, apalagi habis kantor pulang tenis happy gitu. Tanding.
How's your wrist?
It's better.
Udah main ya?
Udah main, ikut tanding ILTL.
Oh, udah lomba lagi.
Udah ikut tanding. This season with my partner is very good.
Nice.
Udah rank 4.
Wow.
This Sunday main lawan yang rank 3.
Bisa tuh. Kayak gitu tuh hadiahnya apa sih? Kayak do you play for the prize or do you play just for fun?
Definitely for the fun and the
It comes with the
pride. Yeah, the pride. Like hadiah nggak hadiah doesn't matter, bro. Of course, it's great. First, we sponsored ELTL Clash of Squads last season. A lot of great players. Pas grand finalnya ramai banget. And di ELTL ini it's a good place to unwind, tanding. Kalau yang doubles or team apalagi ya Clash of Squads, definitely nggak mau kecewain tim, so a bit of pressure, and definitely karena banyak yang udah kerja juga, ini kan amateur league, jadi untuk sejenak nggak mikir kerjaan, nggak mikir apa, like intense sport. So that was definitely fun. Definitely jadi lebih banyak tagihan visio juga sih. Karena tanding harus jadi latihan juga, mesti fit juga, tapi jadi banyak cedera. 100% teman-teman semua yang ikut juga jadi ngomongin sama. It comes with it, man. Olahraganya kompetitif, sampai kompetitif, and emang push yourself juga. Mungkin gantinya pusingnya kerja ya jadi cedera.
I think that's one of the things to balance.
Yeah. I saw you playing tennis as well.
No.
Did you like it?
I don't know. Do I like it? I think it's more of a fun game kalau sama temen. Kayak belum ketemu kayak just play tennis with the community, belum segitunya.
Kalau sport, what do you do?
I think sekarang I just do gym. Tapi dulu figure skating. Tapi dulu di Bandung.
Apa skating?
Figure skating? Ice skating?
Oh, ice skating, yeah. Is that hard?
Just like tennis, it's hard.
Yeah.
Kayak every movement tuh kayak, aduh ini salah. Tapi ya, it's fun. It's fun to have hobbies outside of work.
Definitely less injuries, I think, ice skating than tennis is less impact. Iya nggak sih? Export.
Tapi kalau kena pisaunya tuh bisa.
Oh yeah. Mary sampai yang lompat-lompat dan
Muter-muter.
Muter-muter.
Muter-muter. I like spinning instead of
ya.
lompat-lompat.
Udah berapa lama ya dia ice skating?
Dari 2022.
Berdua.
Yes.
What do you like about ice skating?
It's on ice.
On ice.
Yeah.
Are you watching Disney on ice?
No.
Okay.
Tapi I don't know, I like doing art on sports. Dulu aku balet dari SD.
Oh, that
Balet.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So from ballet to
Ice skating is more fun. It's more something yang bisa dipelajarin dari bego banget sampai bisa gitu loh. Karena kan kalau ice skating kan no you cannot do it on otodidak. You have to have harus pelatih. It's quite a budget sih sebenarnya ice skating tuh.
tempatnya aja.
Iya. Bayar tempat, bayar
Oke. Taman
Taman Anggrek.
Itu doang.
Banyak lumayan di Jakarta. Ada yang bagian atlet tuh di mana tapi aku bisa di
I think soalnya ya itu tadi kalau susah, misalnya bukan susah ya, kalau sibuk terus nggak ada ngelihatnya bisa kurang dalam gitu.
Yes, we tend to more look shorter.
Angka jadi lebih superficialnya on the layer yang cepet kelihatan gitu. And then yeah, and then I'm reading a book right now, Thinking Fast and Slow. I haven't read it, but you know the book, si Daniel Kahneman. Baru mulai sih, tapi basically about System 1 and System 2. System 1 tuh yang
System 1?
dia bilangnya System 1 dan System 2. So System 1 tuh yang misalnya reflect or misalnya ngelihat contohnya di buku itu contohnya di situ bilang ada I think it was based on a true story in that book. Ada bangunan lagi kebakaran, chief fire departmentnya mademin di dalam bangunannya, terus dia berasa kupingnya panas banget. Dari situ dia kasih tahu ke semua timnya, keluar, harus keluar dari bangunan ini. Semuanya keluar, and then pada saat orang terakhir keluar, lantainya ambruk. Karena dari situ dia berasa secara nggak tahu apa, tapi karena bahasanya itu dia insting, kebiasaan atau sesuatu yang dia nggak sadar, refleks, kupingnya terlalu panas, artinya ada api di bawah or something like that. Itu nggak bisa dikontrol, punya involuntary, so to say. System 1 tuh lebih kayak begitu, sedangkan System 2 tuh yang lebih ngitung, analisa, the logical, yang harus, kalau misalnya kayak kalau komputer ngemakan memori, punya RAM gitu, kapasitasnya yang harus ini gitu. Nah, contohnya orang jalan sambil ngobrol bisa, tapi sekarang jalan sambil ngobrol terus disuruh ngitung 26 kali 19, pasti jalannya lebih pelan. Atau hampir diam, sampai kayak mikir dulu. Nah itu sistem 2. So back to what we were saying, I think karena sampai harus slow down and analisa, mikirnya kayak gitu, I think that's a function of System 2 in business ya. Kalau kerja no matter what industry, I think harus slow down and ngelihat. Another interesting thing is, meskipun ada datanya, ngelihat statistik dan datanya, harus kadang baru ngeklik kalau lebih lama dibiarin, bahasanya sit at the back of your head, just let it rest there.
Sip in.
Yes, seep in, entah gimana, your brain will kind of figure it out. And contohnya di situ, in the front, ini masih halaman depan gitu. Contohnya, tadi kan contoh System 1 ya. yang
Ya.
orangnya nggak tahu ya. Yang sistem 2 ini contohnya gini. Karakternya yang dideskripsikan ini lebih cocok untuk librarian or a farmer. Oke. Rapi, tidy, calm, cowok, apa lagi? Suka yang teratur.
The librarian.
Iya, yang calm. Sebenarnya apa? Librarian or farmer?
Yang tadi.
Ya, deskripsi tadi.
Oh, itu cocoknya mana?
Iya,
It's a guess atau?
iya, that's the question. Cocok mana? Librarian or farmer?
Oh my god, apa ya?
Librarian is actually a farmer because
Karena dia harus nanamnya rapi gitu.
which one is more probable? I think that was a thing. Well, actually, the biggest description harus rapi juga, librarian and farmer, sejalur juga. Tapi kuncinya ada di data cowok. Rasio cowok librarian versus cowok farmer, probability-nya
Aman.
jauh lebih besar farmer.
Also. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like,
You got
oh,
me on apa cowok ya?
cowok, yeah. So that was the description. So that kind of data, harus you let it sit in your head sometimes, or secara sistem 2 fokus itu cerna the data. Ya contohnya ya, makanya sampai harus berhenti jalan. So that's something yang I learned this year.
Is it something that we should utilize both? System 1 and system,
Yeah.
system 2.
Perspective, beliefs, kayak gitu. Biasanya sistem 1.
Yes.
Tapi kan those things bisa change if you pikir-pikir terus. Well, dasar data yang gini, it shifts your
Yeah.
beliefs, dan untuk kedepannya instant
Yes.
reactionnya sistem 1. Tapi kan, nah itu. So that's how I think. Harus nyampe situ sih, how those two interact. That definitely, yeah. So why I chose that book is because tadinya dengar summary-nya sih, terus I thought it was very interesting. Buat understanding it is a psychology mikirnya ya, gitu. Soalnya as you say, kita kan lebih banyak analisa, ngelihat feedbacknya gimana. So that's definitely worked out better. Definitely interesting for the things that we do. Yeah.
Yeah, mostly we have to think both ways.
Yeah.
Kayak kadang mau bilang gut, tapi kayak data says otherwise.
Yeah. So I think if you mix both, in that book is saying, you're right. It's a gut feeling, intuition. Your partner's is right. Has to have some numbers, hypothesis, conjectures, target. Those things benar juga gitu. But that's why those two in that book I think exist in the same space
Yeah.
of your brain. Dia juga bilang it's not like a particular one part of your brain ngurus system 1 and the other part ngurus system 2 is all mixed up in just alam sadar or alam nggak sadar aja. It's a very very interesting book. Definitely should read it. Should you read books?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like read light books. Well, that's the note. Ada yang lagi bagus tuh. Have you read 1 Minute Manager?
Yes.
It's so fun.
It's a short read, but I love it.
Yeah?
I read the new 1 minute.
Oh yeah. The new
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It so makes sense cause I don't know, I like the perspective that he put on writing the book. Kayak kita jadi orang yang looking for the answers, kayak how to be a good leader and a good manager.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely like that book. Yeah. Wow. What else?
I'm on go. It's a heavy book. I'm challenging myself, cuman lagi baca Alchemist.
Okay.
Alchemist. I don't know who wrote it.
Pure metal. That's a comic.
No.
No. But what's up?
It's a orange book. Cuma aku nggak tahu apa sih. By siapa. Cuma I think it's like some kind of self-discovery, self-awareness books.
Right. Can we go back to about your
Yeah.
business partner before?
Yes.
Humans.
Humans.
How did that happen?
This is interesting as well. By the way, my partner is actually the founder of Humans. It's not Humans.
Sorry, the founder.
Yeah.
Not human.
No. That kayak I think everyone also maybe guessed Humans because we also collaborate with Humans. We're closely related with Humans as well when we do marketing. Tapi Maimi sekarang partnernya sama the three founder of Humans. Kalau cerita di baliknya sebenarnya agak lucu juga karena it's quite a leap of faith I would say karena jujur aku dulu belum I don't have experience in finding investors. I don't have experience in pitching to investors dulu kan waktu awal kuliah. But
I think most university kids.
ya tapi I just roll with it. Tanya-tanya teman kayak gimana sih cara bikin projection, valuation, kayak ngitung-ngitungin beneran like preparing the parts. Terus saat itu aku reach out ke mana ya? Aku belum di reach out. Sorry. Aku admire Humans cause they're big dan mereka baru mulai di 2019.
Okay.
So even Humans is born lebih awal, lebih after Maimi ada,
Yeah.
even though like business and dagang. Tapi I was curious karena aku ngeliat homepage-nya, aku ngeliat social media-nya, aku udah ngelakuin apa yang harusnya dilakukan, like every big brands do, kayak local brands yang lagi naik, kita ngikutin apa, what do they do? I just curious, KOLs, advertising, content and stuff, and then tapi hasilnya tuh beda, so that's why I'm trying to find the gray area, kayak how to grow bigger than this. This is just a small brand, I want big brands, kayak how to get there.
That's so motivational, man. Coming from a 21-year-old, 20, 21.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, continue, Hannah.
And then Humans, I just let it sit in the brain. Yeah, I just let it sit. Oh, these Humans are amazing. They're doing amazing. That's it. I also follow the founders. I look every Instagram post he had. Terus kayak cari-cari rangkumannya, dia ngapain aja. And then I implement it. Terus what's interesting adalah saat di ITB itu kalau graduation tuh cuma 3 setahun. Jadi ada Wisokto, Wispril sama apalah kayak gitu. So I'm graduating in October. And out of the blue, Humans nge-sponsorin wisudanya. Nge-sponsorin and they created a competition untuk esai tentang mimpi. So that is the objective. Aku baru lulus. Aku mau kenal doang. So I think this is the way, kayak ditunjukin nih jalannya, tunjukin dia udah deket banget dia jadi sponsor. Kalau aku menang, aku kenalan dong. Ya nggak sih, kayak there's maybe some awarding and stuff. Terus I enroll in the competition, menang, dapat nomor COO-nya, salah satu partner Maimi sekarang. Terus I got invited to salah satu event mereka, and then I come in dengan bawa pitching deck 70 slides yang udah disiapin, but I didn't get to pitch karena ternyata kondisinya lagi hektik banget. They're launching a new perfume. Tapi I did a 1-minute pitch, some kind of pitch, elevator pitch ke CEO-nya Humans, Kak Rizky, sekarang jadi partner Maimi. Kak, aku punya brand ini, brand Maimi. Mau lihat nggak kita jualan bath bombs and stuff? Aku kasih tahu and stuff. Terus bilang, oh that's cool. Ayo kita ngobrol. Dikasih nomornya. Terus tapi nggak dihubungin terus. nggak dihubungin selama 2 bulan. So I was like, oh maybe busy and stuff. Terus waktu itu aku masih di Bandung dan mereka di Jakarta. So I just contact orangnya kayak Kak Amron sama Kak Rizky kayak, hey Kak, aku mau ke Jakarta nih. Kebetulan ada acara. Mau ketemu nggak? Saat itu nggak ada acara. Aku cuma PP doang. PP ketemu di coffee shop and then go back home. Tapi kayak I think it's a yeah, let's give it a shot. Terus ngobrol and then they like the idea, they like the brand. Dan mereka juga lagi dalam fase untuk opening up for investing and opening up for making partners with the experience and knowledge di humans. Jadi kita partneran kayak gitu. I think that's the funny story behind it.
That's super inspirational. That's really awesome. Yeah.
Early graduates.
Yeah. How did you come up on the spot? 1 minute pitch, just explain and talk.
Just explain and talk with my phone actually. Kayak aduh, ceritain gak ya? Tapi I don't know, I ended up go for it. I got his number. Dan udah nyampe Jakarta, udah nyampe ikut lomba, ya udahlah.
What was running through your mind pas mau nyamperin and to give your pitch, to talk?
I think
Apa yang
actually myself is a introvert. Jadi aku kayak aduh, nggak usah lah, cuma foto-foto aja terus pulang gitu. Tapi kayak temen aku ada datang juga, jadi ayo merah push. Jadi ya aduh ikut kagok banget gitu.
Awesome. Okay. And then from there they decided to, kapan ini ikut?
Around June to July 2022. Yes. Tapi jadi ada masa PDKT-nya gitu, jadi nggak langsung invest. Tapi I think they're like big brother and sisters karena umurnya nggak beda jauh, 26 tahun sama 28 tahun waktu itu. Jadi kayak mereka kadang ke Bandung, aku kadang ke Jakarta, sharing, terus I think we can connect. Terus udah deh, we make it official dan pas Maimi jadi aku hitung Maimi dari situ. Hitungannya jadi brand tuh kayak gitu.
Oh, okay, 3 tahun.
Cause it's so different. The game is so
So
different.
from that experience, what would you say the advantage definitely from ada partner dari luar and humans definitely doing well as well?
I think I have one perspective that changed my mind. It's just a piece of content. I don't know from where. Tapi kayak it's better to have half of the pie or a smaller part of the pie instead of 100 pie of nothing. So
Or a very small pie.
yeah, a very small pie. Just share it and we can grow together. I think the vision is there. Mereka juga excited. They like the product is niche dan juga punya soul-nya. Jadi I think that makes it interesting. So kalau sekarang malah aku nggak mau punya brand sendiri.
Selalu mau ya collab.
Selalu ya. Do collab, do partner. It's much more easier. And it's much more exciting than just sip it on your own. Kayak kan pusing ya. Apalagi
Pusingnya bagi-bagi.
ya pusingnya kita bagi-bagi. Nanti kalau kita happy juga jadi bagi-bagi kan. Gitu.
Right on. That's super cool. That is super cool. Selain Miami, what other? Do you have any other side hustles?
Yeah, because I'm building. I'm closely related with the product development di Miami. I'm also a product development di my other brand. It's called Poppy Stream. I would say it's a publishing company because we make books and we publish it's like an indie publishing brand. Bukunya jurnal tentang mimpi. Cause I'm in aku sangat orang yang mimpi, manifesting, and syukurnya di community aku juga di SBM ITB itu teman-temannya yang berani bermimpi juga, and we're curious karena sempat ini out of topic banget, tapi there's this one person yang cerita, ya, co-foundernya Poppy tuh cerita ke aku kayak, Mer, aku habis ketemu temen nih, ketemu guru malah, dia mau dibikinin financial planning, aku bantuin. Terus dia nggak percaya dalam hidup ini dia bisa punya mobil. Terus I was like, and we were like, hah? Mimpi gitu, mimpi doang gitu loh. Kayak, how can you dream to have cars? And I think that is some kind of privilege di punya community yang kuat, where we jokes, kita punya, kita bisa lempar-lempar angka randomly. Nanti kalau kamu segini, pagi segini ya, mobil ini beliin satu ya, gitu-gitu loh. I think that's a privilege that we have, then we would like to share.
Oh, so there's Poppy,
People.
as you said, you have other
Yeah.
partner there.
Yeah.
And what was the journal like? Empty journal or
It's a guided journal. Guided journal. Authornya juga kita ambil dokter dan di supervise sama SPKJ. So it's very
what's SPK?
spesialis kesehatan jiwa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's so unique produknya.
Read that as well, yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you.
Definitely. And this context, this theme of mimpi is it seems recurring.
It's,
Does it have a personally linked to your? Do you think it's linked to your first essay, that competition
Yeah.
that you joined that changed?
I think the essay I wrote is about dreams as well.
Yeah, yeah. So do you think somewhere in your mind had linked to that?
I think there's a fine line kayak, yeah, I like to dream, I like to manifest. I think that's keeping me focused for what I do and what I want. For my as well.
Speaking of dreams, what's next for Miami and Poppies?
Okay.
This year or even next year?
For Miami, yeah, we're looking for to grow outside of bath experience. So we want to expand the definition of teman mandi, nggak cuma di bathtub, tapi juga di showers and your daily essentials. So we think of shampoos, scrub, soaps. So more of a daily necessity. So, but something more still on the fun side. Jadi lebih experience. So we're looking for that. Hopefully bisa diterima baik di market produk-produknya. Also for Poppy, last year the goal is to make people dream again. This year is about people to execute their dreams. So we're creating books that help them to execute more on a daily. Yeah.
Now it's execution.
Yes.
It's go time.
Yeah. Maybe in 2 years later we make book of gratitude because you made it.
Oh, jurnalnya jurnal buku tabungan dong. Just the entry. Yeah, like accounting journal. Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. That is super amazing. I think before we end, untuk teman-teman dan our audience, I think they want to know, dari Mary bisa kasih tips and tricks apa untuk teman-teman muda, tua, anyone yang baru mau mulai berbisnis of any scale in any industry.
Hopefully throughout the talks mungkin kita bisa ada like small bites of insights dan teman-teman bisa ambil. More tips and trick would be keep it consistent. Keep it consistent, like you're growing. I think a lot of young founders are very hard in investing time and energy on a long run. They're looking for something more instant, and they don't. I want more people to really appreciate the process, because it's gonna reward you anyway. So yeah, don't do it the instant way. Make it strong in the core.
The shortcuts don't.
Yeah, the shortcuts is a no for brands, big brands. Find a good partner, find a strong team. Oh, ini salah satu insights, maybe tips and tricks is, for me, managing people is much more harder than executing it myself. But I need to grow beyond my capabilities and my time and my energy. We only have like 24 hours, so learn to make space to delegate and trust people and make room for them to make mistakes. And it's much more fun doing it than doing it alone.
Right on. Many would agree on that.
Yeah,
Many
it's
would
so
agree.
hard.
Yeah. How would you recommend finding the right team, especially penting banget ya kalau baru mulai.
Yeah.
Dari 1 ke 2 that's 50%. 2 ke 3 masih tetap 33%, that's a lot, sepertiga. How do you find the right people,
The right people for
the right job, I guess? Yeah.
I think trust is beyond everything. Trust that they can do it, because if they feel good that they can do it and they have someone that trusts them to do it, they can do it. And yeah,
Opportunity is there.
yeah.
You said you bet.
But for a partner, to find the right partner, gak ada sih sebenarnya ya. We don't know. There's always shit happen.
Partner bisnis atau
Partner bisnis. Partner bisnis.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
do it, yeah.
kalau teman-teman lagi mau bangun bisnis and looking for partners who also invest, I really recommend finding someone who you only don't need their money, tapi juga their brain and their experience sih. Karena I think people with money there's a lot, tapi kayak people who really care gak banyak.
That's true. So you would rather go for same values,
Yes.
same
Energy, I think, same mission,
yep,
spirit.
visi misi.
I have this money, silakan.
Yeah, maunya sekian persen kembali in this area. Yep, I agree. Right on. Well, thank you so much. It's very good to have you on the show.
Thank you, David,
It's
for inviting.
such a pleasure to have you and talk to you every time. Wish we can do it more often. Definitely love to have you back.
It's exciting to share.
And,
Teman-teman juga punya ada yang bisa diambil.
Definitely, it's a lot of new things for me. Very good chat. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best. Looking forward to new things from Miami
Yes,
and Poppies.
I'm looking forward as well for your next project, next ideas, and you trying the bathrooms.
I promise you that. That's going in my. I should go in my journal this year. Execute backbone.
Yes, you have to make it. You have to write it.
I have to. I really do. Thank you so much, Ray.
Thank you so much. Bye.